Hello again, rabid internet fan base. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube channel. So, as it turns out, at the end of last week's video, I apparently made it a little too clear where we'd be listing property at this week. I tipped my hand, I exposed my whole card, whichever idiom you want to use. But I know this because since that video debuted a few days ago, I've gotten a number of emails and a handful of phone calls from people asking me to sell them land early. I'll buy anything, sight unseen, sell me whatever you've got. Because, as those people, and I'm sure many of you figured out, going live on the website this week are a number of properties in everyone's favorite region of New Mexico. So, in the interest of getting right to it, we're going to save my no doubt fascinating weekly story, as well as special thanks for next week, and get right to this week's new properties in boom, Taos County. That's right, people. We are back this week with not one, not two, but rather 26 new properties spread out throughout all three of the major subdivisions. And I know many of you are thinking, hey, Hemingway, I don't see any listings here. What's the deal, bro? Well, guys, as I have mentioned in previous videos, we now record these weekly previews on Mondays. And I know if we publish these listings, even if they're all marked coming soon, on Monday, the next 4 days will be nonstop calls and emails akin to what I explained earlier. So, in the interest of my sanity, we're keeping these on the DL for a few days. Whatever the case, guys, 26 new lots going live this week. Breakdown as follows. In Carson Estates, we have got 1 new quarter-acre lot. In Ranchos de Taos, we have got 8 new quarter-acre lots. And in Tres Piedras Estates, we've got 9 new quarter-acre lots, 6 new half-acre lots, and 2, not 1, 2 new 1-acre lots. And I know you guys are all hip, you're all in the know, but for the uninitiated, let me say it now, people, no. If you bought all the lots, you couldn't combine them into one large 9.5-acre property. If they're adjacent, we sell them together, okay? So don't write me emails asking that. Now, before I get to the highlights, let me quickly say this. The prices on the Tres Piedras lots are going up a little this week, and in case you're wondering, Hemingway, why? Why are you gouging us like this? Here's the thing, people. I have managed to keep them all priced the same for 5 years, but turns out when you have an outward-facing website that reveals what you sell them for, eventually, 5 years in, people get hip to the disparity between your offer price and your sales price. Mind you, we have numerous purchasing costs and advertising costs that the sellers are not aware of. They think our margins on these deals are so large that we must be elbow deep in cocaine, but in fact, no, the margins are modest. The point being, people are asking for more money to sell, ergo, we have to as well. So, the prices across the board in all these subdivisions will now be $900 for quarter-acre lots, $1,800 for half-acre lots, and in the rare circumstances that we get adjacent acreage totaling 3/4 of an acre, we'll be selling those for $3,000 and 1-acre lots for $4,500. So, scooch more than we normally sell them for, but hopefully you guys will still find them reasonable. And of course, for the uninitiated, the major draw for properties like these is that they all sit just outside of Taos proper, so of course you're within easy driving distance of one of the coolest towns in New Mexico, as well as the Taos Ski Valley. And of course, people, all these subdivisions have put them up on the screen. No HOA, no covenants, no restrictions, no annual dues, and no time limits on building. And while Taos County does have zoning ordinances, they are very lax, particularly in these regions. Ergo, a little bit of Latin there, people. Ergo, these are ideal for those looking to create unconventional lifestyles, whether that's camping and RVing for lengthy periods of time, or building a tiny home, an earthship, a shipping container, a yurt, so on and so forth. Many people have found these regions of Taos County very welcoming, very accommodating to such things. Of course, as always, guys, the smaller lots do require some workarounds when it comes to installing septic, and the larger lots do make developing the land and conforming to various statewide regulations a lot easier. So, with all that said, let me go to the highlights. So as noted, guys, with 26 new properties going live this week, most of these are quarter and half-acre lots. I will let you explore those on your own time. I did, however, want to take a moment just to talk about the 1-acre lots that we have in inventory because, as I have mentioned in countless previous videos, 1-acre lots are unicorn rare. They are always exceptional. They are always difficult to come by. And for however small 1 acre of land may seem, it is, I guarantee you, larger than most any of your neighbors will have in this region simply because it is so difficult to come across adjacent acreage that will total this much land. Whatever the case, guys, the 2 properties that we have that are 1 acre in size are, as noted, in Tres Piedras Estates. This first one sits up here in Unit 2, roughly about 3 miles north of the highway. Of course, if we zoom in on the map, guys, we will show you that there is no power out here. These properties are what we like to call solar friendly. Realistically, in almost any part of the subdivision, you're going to have to rely on solar panels. Additionally, the further north that you go in the sub, a little bit harder the roads become to navigate, so you do want to take a larger truck or off-road capable vehicle. Whatever the case, this property, it should be noted, is a corner lot. It's a combination of D and E lots. Ergo, Latin again, guys, ergo, it does have the road frontage here along the east side as well as on the northern side of the property. The next 1 acre property that we have is also in Tres Piedras. This one, however, sits in Unit 3, so it is a scooch closer to the highway. Actually, guys, if we right-click and measure distance, you will see that this one sits under a mile north of the highway down here, of Highway 64. So, of course, this region has 2 benefits. Number 1 is that you're a little bit closer to power. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's power out here, but there is power, of course, servicing some home sites down here in this region. Additionally, when you are this close to the highway, these roads have been trafficked more often. You've got more developed home sites out here, so you do have more people driving through this area. So it should be a lot easier to get back and forth from the subject property to the highway. Whatever the case, guys, I will zoom in once more on the map and tell you that these are also D and E lots. So again, this is a property that is a corner lot, and you will have road frontage along both the eastern and northern boundaries of the property. And of course, as I have remarked in many past videos, when you have 1 acre of land in these regions, it becomes a lot easier to develop these properties, particularly for conventional structures with conventional wells and conventional septic systems, simply because this much land allows you to conform to a lot more government regulation, both at a county level and at a statewide level. Oh my God, I'm putting myself to sleep. Whatever the case, guys, as always, here on the New Mexico page, we have links to the master pages of information for all 3 of these. Click any one of them, and we'll bring up the very informative pages that no one ever bothers to read, which, of course, have the master frequently asked questions sections on them. So if you are new to the channel, if you have not been acquainted with these subdivisions in the past, you can read through these and learn everything, I promise, that we know and that people typically ask about properties in these respective regions. With all that said, guys, in conclusion, those are the new properties going live in Taos County this week. These never last long. They do sell out quickly, so I encourage you to act sooner rather than later. With all that said, guys, going live on the website next week, we are back in Arizona in the Grand Canyon State with some more properties in a region that I think you guys are really going to like. Actually pretty similar to these Taos County properties, but of course a scooch more expensive because it's Arizona. What do you want? Anyway, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you in next week's video.